school, today's learning target, I can understand that percents can be greater than 100% or less than 1%. And I can use 10 by 10 grids and bar diagrams to represent them. Alright, so what does this word percent mean? Yeah, out of 100. So per is of, and cent means 100. So out of 100. And greater than 100% means it's bigger than 100%. Less than 1% means it is below 1%. And we are going to use 10 by 10 grids. What is a 10 by 10 grid? Yeah, we've got a box with 10 by 10. And what is 10 times 10? It's 100. Okay, so we can use a 10 by 10 grid or a bar diagram. What is a bar diagram? Yeah, we've got just a bar. As I've been thinking about these questions, you know, it's COVID, and there's a lot of things that are going down in percent, and it's hard to find things that are over 100% right now, because things tend to be going down, but there's some things that are going up. So let's go to the computer and look at something that has been going up. Alright, so what's something that's going up in value? Well, I went up to this website right here. It says, Among Us surpasses 85 million mobile downloads, with 70% of lifetime downloads in the last 45 days. And this is from September, so it's not exactly happening right now. But I wanted to point out some interesting. Intersloth online multiplayer title Among Us has reached 86.6 million total downloads on mobile, following a huge surge in downloads in August and September. The game originally released in 2018, but has seen a huge surge in interest in recent months, with 70% of its lifetime installs coming in the last 45 days, after gaining attention from YouTube and Twitch influencers. And here's the key paragraph for us. As a result of this influencer attention, Among Us has become a surprise hit of the summer, with downloads in August 2020 rising by 661% over month to 18.1 million. For September 1st through 14th, 2020, new installs are up 127% month over month, M over M, to close to 42 million, with the rest of the month still to go. Okay, we have a lot more we could read about Mexico and Brazil and all that stuff there, but I just want to think about this number. 661%. What does that mean? If we're talking about percent being out of 100, then what does it mean to have a percent that is more than 100? Let's go back to the whiteboard and check that out. What we read in that article is that the downloads in August were 661% up month over month. Now we're talking about month over month, that we're talking about 1 month following the next month. So what was the month before August? Yeah, it was July. And in July, what percent of July was in July? Yeah, we just know that there's always 100% of July. So we could just do a 10 by 10 grid, 10 by grid, and say that July was 100% of July, because it is July. If we are going to compare August to July, then what are we going to see as a difference? What does it mean to increase in downloads by 661%? Well, if I have 100% of my downloads in July, then it's going to increase 6 times 100%, because 600 is 6 times. So we have
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So 100% in July compared to 600% in August. Each of these values is a 10 by 10, or 100%. 10 times 10 is 100. So each of these is 100. But it's not just 600%. What is it? 661%. So on that last one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 600% is 6 of these values. And we have one more of these that is not the full amount. So we would shade in 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
6 whole 100%. And the last one, we're going to break that up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm putting 9 here. 9 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars. So we've got a 10 by 10 grid on that last one. And we are going to shade in one of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So 6 times 10, we have 60. And then one more of these, we get 61%. So we have 661% growth from July to August. You are going to be working with numbers that are, with percents that are greater than 100%. Most of them aren't going to be this big, but I wanted to do something that's kind of relevant to you, because Among Us, you probably were one of those people who downloaded Among Us in August or sometime this summer. Let's talk about a value that is less than 1%. What does it mean to have something that is less than 1%? Alright, so in your book or online, whatever you choose to do there, book page 88 or online, it says that percents can also be less than 1%. So consider the following situation. The distance from the center of the Earth to the surface is known as the radius of the Earth. The radius of the Earth is about 4,000 miles. The radius of the Sun is 430,000 miles. So the ratio of the Earth's radius to the Sun's radius is 4,000 to 430,000. You can use equivalent ratios to show that the radius of the Earth is about 0.93% of the Sun's radius. Alright, so the ratio of the radius, the distance from the center of the Earth to the outside of the Earth, is about 4,000 miles, and the radius of the Sun is 430,000 miles, a whole lot bigger. So if we were to $4,000 divided by 4,300, and I get 0.93023, but we're just going to round up to the nearest hundredth, which is 0.93. I get 0.93 out of 100. So the percent of the radius of the Earth is 0.93%. But what does this mean? What does 0.93% actually mean? What it means is if I had a 10 by 10 grid. Alright, so if I have a 10 by 10 grid, 0.93 means I have less than one of these. So I'm going to have less than this little one. Is not going to be completely the whole thing. It's going to be out of this little tiny one right there. Then I'm going to just expand that, right? Pretend I have a magnifying glass on that one. And over there I've got another 10 by 10 grid with 9 whole ones shaded in, and then 1, 2, 3 little ones shaded in. 93 of those tiny 10 by 10s, because this is less than 1%. 1% is right here, and this is less than 1%. I'm going to shade in that small amount, and we can see that the Sun is so much bigger than the Earth that the Earth's radius is less than 1% the size of the Sun's radius. It's important. You're not going to be doing the math on this. You just need to understand that you can have a percent that is greater than 100% and a percent that is less than 100%. All right, Washington, you get to choose to work on these problems in your book, or just go online and complete the reveal presentation, or Module 2, Lesson 2. Complete every single page in the reveal presentation or in your book. And be respectful, be responsible, and safe. I'm going to see you in class.